I wrote this poem a while ago. I wasn't exactly sure what inspired me to write it, and I'd like to remind anyone who hears this that I was young in poetry when I wrote this. Now I'm 14, and I've taken poetry in different ways, but this is always something that I'll look back on, and it's something that I'm proud of. Listen. It's called Braids, A Journey Through Time. Tighter and tighter she twists the 3 pieces of hair. Weaving the strands is my grandmother, like her mother before her mother's mother. As she finishes one braid and begins another, I think about my great-grandmother's mother and how she wept, for she was beaten for trying to read, raped by the white men as she slept. I thought of all the dirt and sweat tied to her hair, and all of the tears her and her sisters shared, and all of the harsh days she spent in the fields picking cotton for the men who used guns and whips as their shields. I tried to imagine having a pit in my gut from eating only scraps of food and walking around with pain from the overseer who was always in a bad mood. As grandmother completed the 6th braid and started on the 7th, I began to think about my great-grandmother. She was born after the time of slavery, yet before the time when her people would stand up and be strong, and long before her daughter would stand up and sing, "We shall overcome." I thought about how great-grandmother finally went to school, and the blood in her braids being attacked by the people in white. I couldn't imagine how she had to sit there and take it instead of fight. Through all the oppression, she managed to find strength and hope, the hope she had for my people and the hope she had for change. Grandmother finished braiding a 10th line of our family history. How she tells me the story without speaking is a mystery. Grandmother has been through it all without being afraid. She has seen the peril of an entire race. The story is in her braids. She marched alongside Dr. King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, all to bring freedom to those who deserve it, to find strength and eternally preserve it. Her braids carry the story of my people, the one that's not in the books at the steeple or the text in the schoolhouse, or in the minds of the past down south. It's the story that only we know. It's the story that our braids show, the story rooted as deep in us as it could go. Lest I forget the blood and the tears, the ones from all of these years, lest I forget the fight for our freedom, I will wear my braids like my mother's, winter or summer, hell or heaven. In the hour of 11, I will wear my braids, wear my freedom, so I will never forget where I come from. Braids.